Hey YouTube, what is up? Edzal Forbidden One here with a Satellarknight deck profile for the November 2015 ban list. Satellarknight didn't really get hit, except for the fact reinforcements of the army got hit down to 1. But I mean, the deck is still playable, the deck is still able to compete, in my opinion, so yeah. I'm just going to go straight into the deck to show you what I'm actually playing in the current format. Obviously starting off with the main deck. I'm playing Triple Deneb. I don't really need to explain the Deneb, I think, or any other Tellarknight monster. You should know the effect already, but I'm just going to go over the ratios. The monster component is actually fairly standard, just Triple Deneb, Triple Altair. I'm also playing Triple Unikalhai because I feel like Unikalhai is the second best monster to open with if you do not see your Deneb first turn, and also opening Unikalhai with Skybridge and any other Tellarknight monster, it basically means that you can Triverr on the first turn. Sorry, I'm a little bit ill. So your opponent wouldn't have the advantage of going second. And yeah, I'm playing the Skybridge build, so Unikalhai is just a way better card than it was before. Then, double Vega. I don't think I need 3 because I'm not playing turbo build, and I don't think that 1 is a good idea, because losing the Vega against an Infernoid matchup is just the worst thing to happen. So I decided to play 2, and also because it increases the chance of opening Unikalhai, Skybridge, and any other Tellarknight monster. So yeah, that's basically it for the Tellarknight component. I'm just playing Triple Maxx on top of those because it's a good main deck hand trap. Effect Failure is also pretty good, but I'm actually siding Effect Failure because I don't really have the room for Effect Failures in the main deck. So yeah, then going into the spells, I am playing Triple Mystical Space Typhoon. I think it's needed already because the PePe deck got hyped a lot. And you just need outs against the Draco Slayer in the pendulum zones, so yeah, I decided to play 3. And also because of the fact that the decks are mainly not playing that much back row anyway, so it's easier for me to push through everything they have. So yeah. And then, like I said, I'm playing the Skybridge build, so I'm obviously playing Triple Skybridge. Skybridge is, in my opinion, one of the best cards in the entire deck. It helps with consistency, it helps dodging your opponent's card effects, and it helps pushing for damage. And that just because of the fact that this card is a quick play. So I don't really know why some people aren't playing it, or playing 1 or maybe 2, because 3 is just the correct number, I feel. And then, just for the one of them playing one of the reinforcements of the army because it got hit down to 1 and 1. Sorry. Raigeki because I want to be able to deal with established boards. I don't really feel like Raigeki is still that good, but just against the PePe deck in general, just using Raigeki to destroy the entire field is just a good thing to do, so you can then just set up everything. So yeah, I might swap this out for a instant fusion, but I'm not sure yet. So yeah, that's all about the spells. I'm playing 8. Then the traps. It's very heavy trap lineup, like always. I like to play a lot of traps, so that's what I'm doing right now. Stellarnova Alpha. I don't think I need to explain this because it can just negate basically anything by tributing, or no, even sending 1 face-up Tellarknight monster I control to the grave to negate the activation and destroy it. And if I do destroy it, I can draw a card. The only downside in the current format is basically against the Magic Spectres, because this does not negate the entire effect. So you can only negate the effect of them searching, so you're not able to destroy them, and then you're also not able to draw cards. But yeah, it's still one of the best cards in the entire deck. Then, I'm still playing triple Fiendish Chain, because I'm just playing at a local level, and Fiendish Chain is just a good general effect negation, in my opinion, against like rogue decks, which I will be facing so now and then. It's not really that good against Cosmo and Magic Spectres, but it's an easy side out for those, so yeah. I feel like it's still a very good card just because of the fact that you can recycle it with your Triverrs. Then the last three of I'm playing is triple Call of the Haunted. Call of the Haunted is just too good in this deck, because you pull us off so much by reborning your Tellarknight monsters. I even felt that 3 call wasn't enough, so I am playing double Oasis on top of those, just to make Triverr more often against Cosmo, because I cannot target them, and I mean, like, the Dark Destroyer with 3000 attack is kind of a pain to deal with. So yeah, speaking about Cosmos, I'm also playing double Time Space Trap Hole, because it does not target and it immediately gets rid of the big ship, and also because of the fact that Pendulum got hyped, so there will be more Exceed options in the future and more Exceed plays, so Time Space got a little bit better in that sense. So yeah, I decided to play 2. Then I'm just playing a few one-offs, which are Bottomless Trap Hole, because it's Bottomless, it's fairly good. 1 Mirror Force, yes, it's lonely at 1. I might consider taking it out for a Storming Mirror Force, but I'm not sure yet, because of the fact that I'm only playing at a local level at the moment, and it's just a very useful card to punish my opponent for overextending, and it helps protecting myself, and I do not see my monsters as soon as I want to, so the 1 Mirror Force seems to be fine. Then just the 1 Torrential, 1 Vanity's Emptiness, and 1 Solemn Warning to run off the traps. So that's basically it for the main deck. I'm first going to do the extra, and then going into the side. First of all, I am playing just 3 cool tokens because I like them. Then for the real extra deck, I'm playing double Triverr, obviously. Making 2 is very easy, and you gotta recycle the first one with the second. So yeah. Then I'm also playing double Delteros. Delteros at 2 is basically in here as a replacement for Satellarknight, because Delteros is in a sense able to safely hit the field without being worried about like Bottomless or Torrential or so on, because this card affects reads, and when this phase-up card with exceed materials on the field, your opponent is not able to activate cards or effects when I summon a Tellarknight monster, so it basically means that he is protected against like Bottomless and so on, and then you're able to kind of deal with your opponent's cards, like their Pendulum Scales and their back row, so yeah. Yeah, and I also needed an extra Tellarknight monster to equip to the Ptolemaeus to go into Diamond more easily against Infernoids, because I am kind of in Infernoid locals, so these cards are a little bit more important to me. Then the rest are just basically generic rank 4s and basic rank 4s for a Tellarknight deck, which are double Castel, because making 2 is very easy. 1 Silent Wonder Arc, 1 Excalibur, because I like to deal with my opponent's big monsters, so that's the reason why he's in here. one Rongominiad because this card is so good when you can make it with 4 or 5 exit materials. Trukuyomi because making this first turn is just broken. It allows you to open with basically 6 cards instead of 5. Daihusto Emereal because I need to recycle my Altair so now and then. And 1 Cowboy and Abyss Dweller to round off the extra deck. Then going into the side. I'm not that experienced with side decking, but this is what I came up with for my locals specifically. I wouldn't take this to like a bigger event, but for my locals it seems to be fine. So I'm just going to show what it is. I'm playing Triple Flying Sea because this is actually very good against the PePe deck, the Mirror Match and Burning Abyss. Then I'm playing, like I said, Double Effect Failure in the side. It might seem a bit weird to side this actually, but it's actually kind of useful against the PePe deck when you are going second. So I just need a few hand traps to be able to stop my opponent from overextending too much and then letting me deal with kind of an unbreakable board. So yeah, the last 2 monsters I'm playing are just double Lancia because this is actually very good against Cosmo and against Infernoids, and you can always call down this back, transfer this to your hand and just use it again. So then going to the traps for the side, I'm playing the best floodgate in the entire deck, which is Triple Imperial Iron Wall. This card is so good. It stops Infernoids completely when you can play this and make a diamond, and it also stops the Cosmos. So this card is actually one of the best cards you can play for now. And then a little bit of a tech choice. I'm playing Triple Wiretap. This is basically because they are siding a lot of traps against me. They are even siding Fairy Winds for the Call Haunted, Oasis and Fiendishes. Sorry. And they're also siding like Decrease, Grand Horns, Mistakes, Lightning Prison Mirrors and so on. So I just want to be able to deal with those back rows because I once had an Cosmo match where my opponent was like playing only 2 or 3 traps in the main, and then game 2 he was like, okay, set 5 pass turn. I was like, alright, it was like 3 Grand Horn and some other stuff obviously, but that's basically the reason why I'm doing this. And then I'm just playing double Typhoon as an out against PePe when they go first. So yeah, that's actually it for the entire deck. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something new. And then I want to ask you guys for a little favor, which is to check out a channel owned by a friend of mine. The channel is named J Movies. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh related. It's more about comedy, movie reviews and so on. It's actually quite funny what he is doing. He's making his own movies with friends from school and so on. So if you want to do me and him a favor, just check him out. I will definitely leave a link in the description below. And I think that I can actually give you a little sneak into the next deck, which will probably be revolving around this bad boy. So stay tuned for that, and I hope to see all of you guys in the next video. So peace out guys, bye bye, till then.